Well, plants and animals need to have a structure to them to stay organized, to maintain that structure, and to persist through time. Then adaptations are how they do that, how they're structured, how they maintain themselves. And they have a lot of different strategies for doing that. We have it pretty easy as humans, you have to admit. In the modern world, we have cars to take us places, long distances, we have roads, we have jackets to keep us warm, houses, ovens to cook our food. We have cold beer in the fridge. Just a minute. Well, as I was saying, most plants and animals have it pretty tough. The world is not particularly kind to them. Imagine your life without all of our modern conveniences. Imagine you were out in the woods with only a t-shirt and shorts on. Some days that might be nice, but as soon as night falls, we're in real trouble. So most of us wouldn't survive. The key to our adaptation as human beings is this thing right here between our ears. Our mind is a wonderful thing, along with these opposable thumbs, make us easily able to use tools and to figure out our environment. So adaptations, there's really the main topic of this class, and why animals and plants need them. So some adaptations are physical, some are physiological, but things that happen inside of an organism, and others are behavioral. And these are traits that help organisms survive. So that's what an adaptation is. Let's look at a couple just as examples. You can see several adaptations on my dog Licorice. She's got a good sense of hearing. Heard that leaf back there. It's got claws on her paws there. Help her get around real fast. Dig holes. Well, she just doesn't do that much anymore. You can see her teeth. What a ferocious one. And nose with a good sense of smell. Keen eyes. A nice shiny coat, which is probably about to be shed. She just has a natural instinct to fetch, chase after things. Her leg structure helps her run. Claws give her traction on the grass. She has a good lung capacity and a large heart. Yeah, she's hot and panting, aren't you? Hold that tongue out to evaporate. So here we have three plants with very different strategies for making it around in life. First is this burning bush here. And you can see it's responding to the start of spring, and the leaves are just popping out. See just a few of them there. In contrast to the fir behind it, and that has kept its needles all year round, all through the winter. They're probably becoming active now, but those are a little more expensive needles to build. They'll stay on for years, so a little more cost, but worth the effort for that bush. Whereas the burning bush leaves are a little cheaper. They don't last any more than a year. And then we have this one down here, the iris. It survived winter by going underground. Has specialized stems called rhizomes that are underground, and now the leaves are popping out and will flower soon. So all hardy plants all make it through winters and summers just fine. Different periods of dormancy and different ways to deal with harsh conditions. So how about this plant here? This is big sagebrush, a well-adapted plant to the entire western U.S. Grows pretty much everywhere west of the Rockies, from Mexico to Canada, and it survives in really harsh cold and also in very hot weather as well. When you look at it closely, you'll see that its leaves are this fuzzy gray, and that helps shield them from intense sunlight, and to a certain extent probably buffers the cold a little bit. But one of the adaptations that you can't see, you have to use a different sense for, is the chemicals inside. If you get up there and you Smell it. Whew, yeah, it's strong. You'd probably recognize it if you saw it. Don't mistake that with culinary sage. Don't try to eat this stuff. It's pretty terrible tasting and a bit toxic. So keeps it from getting eaten. Also helps it from freezing those chemicals as well. So kind of a hidden adaptation, but a really important one to this species. We can see a completely different strategy in this little violet, or Johnny Jump Up as you might know it. It has no toughness really at all. Well, not at all, but it is not tough like the previous examples. This one comes up in the spring when conditions improve and are nice and mild and there's moisture in the ground. It puts up flowers, makes seeds, and those seeds get dispersed, go underground, and that's it. So by midsummer, this thing will be gone. Its life is less than half a year, but it's a successful strategy for a lot of plants that we refer to as annuals. That's what this class is about then, mostly, is how do plants and animals, and even humans for that matter, get along in a pretty harsh world without modern conveniences.